Hey, how you doing? I'm Katie. This year a group of us are taking on the Velo South 100-mile bike ride, and this is one of a series of videos to show you how we're getting on. I did not own a bike in my adult life until January 2017, and now a few of us have signed up to the Velo South because riding your bike is loads and loads of fun. So the Velo South is a race based in West Sussex. It's 100 miles, about 15,000 cyclists take part. It's closed roads and it starts and ends at Goodwood Racetrack, which is a pretty cool place to start and end. If you're someone who's kind of looking on the internet and thinking, do I want to do this? Does it matter that I've not done anything like this before? Then no, it doesn't. And you can get a second-hand bike, and you've got the internet to look at things like the britishcycling.org.uk, the Global Cycling Network, and you also have lots of other people's personal stories. So there's loads of stuff you can do. You don't have to spend a fortune. If you like it and you get into it, that's when you start investing in a bit more. But the most important thing is just to get outside and get riding, because it's just so good for you. So there's 15 weeks until the Velo South, and I have been a bit slack, if I'm honest. So I've been on this British cycling website to find a training programme, and the training programmes are for 12 weeks for intermediate. So I've got a few weeks head start, and it basically tells you to do 5 workouts a week. You've got 2 cycles, like normally about an hour. One's looking at hills, one's looking at speed. Then you have 2 workouts that should complement your cycling, which can be anything from strength training to just your general endurance, so some nice cardio. And then you have to get the very important big cycle in every weekend. So you go on a big trip, go with other people, pack loads of water, pack loads of treats, and go and have a really cool adventure. And it's part of the training. So things that I've learned this week is apparently my bike's too small for me. Yeah, I can tell it's too short.
Yeah, it is.
Which is kind of a big deal, because when I go off cycling, I start to hurt. My feet go numb, apparently my shoes are too narrow, and my back starts to really hurt, and my God, my bum hurts. So I need to look at getting a new bike. This kind of contradicts me saying it's not going to be expensive, but that's because I got the wrong bike in the first place. I need to get some decent padded shorts, so I did go to Sports Direct and I did buy some cheap ones, and they're fine for short distances, but for 100 miles you need some proper cushions. I mean, I'm contemplating actually stuffing cushions down my shorts for this. Also, I've not been wearing sunglasses. I don't know about you, but I just didn't want to become a bike geek and look like I've got all the gear, and it felt too nerdy for me. Turns out, getting hit in the eye with a bug when you're going really fast down a hill isn't fun. So, sunglasses are necessary. Another thing I've found is that my cleats, which are attached to the bottom of my cycling shoe, are a bit knackered, and I'm finding it increasingly hard to unclip. So much so that I fell over for the first time this week, this morning in fact, which is pretty embarrassing. One of the things I hadn't discovered about cycling is how much fun it will be and how social it can be. We went on a really big ride with a chap called Tony, who's a cycling coach and a spin class instructor, and he's like, cycling's a new golf course. Like, people are really social on it. He knows loads of people. He's definitely going to feature on some of our videos with a few Tones tips, and I just it was just a massive eye-opener. We stopped for cake, we stopped for water, which I won't recommend closer to the race. But there's loads of people there, especially on a sunny day. It's the summer now. It is the perfect time to start getting on your bike and going in the countryside, on the seafront. It's great. So my tip for this week, passed on from Tony, is when you're going up hills, make sure you keep your heels of your foot down, because otherwise you're using all the front muscles and you're not using your biggest muscles, which are your hamstrings and your glutes. And I must say, when you're going up a real big hill, it makes a big difference, and also it gives your front muscles a break. So dig your heels in, dig deep, and you will get to the top of that hill. So far, so good. I'll be back with people's stories. My brother did the London to Paris bike ride, so I'm going to get him on one of these. Obviously, Tony's going to be on some of these, and my friend Chloe, and I'm just going to get as many people as possible who are passionate about cycling, who can share their tips and stories with you guys.